right, so let's take a look. Oh, I just realized it's February.
I know.
Yeah, it's the first day of February.
The shortest month, except this year,
It's longer.
not
though.
as short.
February.
Is it a leap year?
The
Yeah,
one
it's a
month
leap
everyone
year.
says differently, by the way. February. How do you say it?
February. I swear it. No, sometimes I say February.
I say February, too.
February.
I pronounced it correctly.
You say
it.
Feb?
No, February.
Or it's,
Yeah, but you were a speech major. That's why you pronounce things correctly.
Watch your mouth. Theater? Well, no, I had to learn it from scratch a little older, so I was very cautious.
How do you say O-U-R?
Hour.
See, most people don't say that. They say R.
Hour. If I say it by itself, it's hour, but later I think it's R.
Yeah, welcome to our house.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm not going to be like, hello, welcome to our house. Today it is February.
All right, well, what's this?
One of you always are getting hung up on. I say forehead, but you say it's supposed to be forehead.
It is. Look it up. It rhymes with. It's that old rhyme where it's like when she was bad, she was very, very bad, but when she was good, she was horrid, and it rhymes with forehead.
Yeah, but that person couldn't rhyme.
Okay. Anyway.
Terrible poet.
All right. Let's get into the news.
Okay, let's do it.
World Series of Board Gaming, which we will be at this year, is now selling open gaming tickets. So if you want to just not be part of the tournaments and everything, although you can still enter one of these outer ring tournaments. They're like tournaments for fun. You still win prizes. They're not as intense as the inner ring tournaments. But you also get to do open gaming, celebrity games, play with different people, go to the store, go to the award ceremonies. You're basically part of the con. You're just not going in and entering into the big tournaments to win the $25,000, which you still can do. But if you don't care about that, just want to go and hang out and play games,
Just game.
with the Dice Tower West Library, then there's an open gaming ticket. So come and join us. It's going to be fun. All right. So in pretty big news, CMON bought the rights to Mythic Games' two remaining Kickstarter campaigns, Hell, the Last Saga, and Anastyr. So if you haven't been keeping up with it, Mythic Games is just collapsing into a ball of terribleness.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people there have all the good intentions in the world, but they have, I think, 4 outstanding campaigns, I believe, maybe more. And for a couple of the campaigns, so like I backed the Rainbow Six game, which was called, what, Siege 6, I think?
Siege.
Six
Or something
Siege.
like that.
Siege.
And they sent out a thing that said, hey,
Good luck.
no, we run out of money. You
we
need
need more money.
to you need to pay like $130, and if you don't pay it, you won't get your game. And
Same
they
with
got it-
Darkest Dungeon type stuff, right?
They did it for both games, I
Okay.
think. I refuse to do it because, I'm sorry, it's not throwing good money after bad type
Right.
thing. I'm still annoyed about that because I paid for the game and for shipping, and they won't send it to me. And they will be making extra games that they will sell later on.
Really?
So I'm not very happy with Mythic anyway. So, but 2 of their games...
Is anyone very happy with Mythic right now?
Mr. Mythic.
Well, actually, me saying I'm not very happy with Mythic is probably the kindest thing someone said about them in the past.
That's fair.
That's-
That
I'm not
is
happy
very
with you right
fair.
now.
Yes, yes.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so they're working on getting those 2 games out, but they've given up on Hell, the Last Saga and Anastyr, which were both pretty big campaigns.
Yes.
So CMON has bought them. They're taking over production, but from what I understand, so they said that if you back them, I believe you're getting the base game of each one. If you back, you get the base game. But it doesn't matter if you backed all the expansion stuff. You're just getting the base game.
Well, I should probably, I jump in here because I read quite a bit of this. I was interested in Hell, the Last Saga. Did not back it, thankfully, but... So CMON bought the rights to, I guess, the intellectual property. I don't really know because they looked at it. There were 2 updates back to back almost. One from Mythic going like, yeah, we don't think it's quite there yet, but there's big announcement coming from another company, and like immediately, and CMON posted the announcement, in the same place, and CMON basically said, yeah, we looked at it. It's not ready. We're starting again. We're doing this on our own. And as a graceful move, we will give you whatever our base game ends up looking like to people who backed this at this pledge or higher. That's what you get. we will give you a coupon for our base game. There will be, I'm assuming, very little connective tissue between whatever Mythic was showing and whatever CMON ends up making.
Now, this happened with me, Evil Dead 2, I think it was a game that went under and somebody else bought it and came for. I never played an actual game. I got it, but... Now, Monster Apocalypse, was that Mythic 2?
No, I don't think so, was it?
Oh, yes. Monster Apocalypse was Mythic.
That was them too?
Yep.
Is that... Because that has not been
Jeez.
delivered. I did
one
back
is,
that.
Well, yeah, well, that's on you. You shouldn't have backed it because you have to put the models together and paint them. Did you
Yeah, you
not read
big
that
dummy.
part?
Did not know that.
Okay.
So...
You got to read the project.
Here's the
before
thing,
you
though.
back. They're not all print and plays.
So this could be considered a PR move by CMON. Well, I mean, it is to some
It
degree,
is.
right?
There's no
Yeah.
way it's not, yes.
But it's an expensive one because the Hell has like 17,000 backers.
Wow.
To be fair, we don't know how many of those people are at the pledge that gets you a base game or higher. But I get it. It's a lot. It's a ridiculous amount of copies that they might have to just make and give away. The crazy thing is, Mythic made over $2 million. I think asked for shipping also on this one, even though they knew there was no product to ship. And then sold it to CMON. That's like triple dipping.
Wow.
I don't understand how that works, but good night. You know? And I don't know what CMON... I am very
Do they
curious.
sell to them for $1?
Maybe,
That's what
I
I'm
don't know, I
wondering, yeah.
suppose, just to get them out of the hot water. But I am curious what CMON saw in it that they were like, yeah, we'll wade in this nasty pool. You know what I mean? What did they see in that?
Yeah,
They
or
both
just
bought
wait it out.
those two. Did they think, oh, this IP can go the distance? Like, we can get a lot of various versions or expansions or what have you out of this setting? I don't think it's based on anything. At least Hell the Lost Saga is just sort of like a world they made up. It's a cool setting, but there's no reason CMON can just be like, yeah, witches and this time in history.
Right, so
Boom.
therefore it has to be a PR thing.
I guess so, right?
They're
Maybe.
like one of our
angel
biggest
investor?
competitors. Thank you, we now
I will
own
tell you this. The comments that I saw were not really being kind to CMON either.
Really?
Really, why?
People were like, I don't know what... I mean, from my point of view, it'd be like, hey, I might get something rather than nothing, right? But
Sure.
everybody was like, come on, CMON, now I'm going to get some watered-down version of what I originally backed, and I don't get the stretch goals, and I already paid shipping, and you're giving me your base core box in like 4 years? I don't want that trash. I backed a big grown-up game, not a watered-down zombicide. It's that. I mean, like, it was nasty in the comments.
So you're talking base core box, not base pledge. It comes with the extra...
Well, we don't know. Nothing exists.
Huh. That's
Literally
interesting.
nothing exists according to CMON. Like, they are, I'm pretty sure, basically starting from scratch.
You think they're going to kickstart it?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think the ranking for the Hell is on Board Game Geek?
I don't know, but I assume it's got to be pretty low. I'm assuming it's going to be 15,000. 25!
Oh my word! So there's 209 ratings,
Ones. Some ones. I see some ones.
90 ones, 7 twos. There's 59 tens though. How can people give the game a 10 when it's not even out?
Well, if you work there, I guess.
Although almost all these 10s were given out while the Kickstarter was running.
That makes sense.
Want to know when all the ones were given out?
Today.
Actually, 2 do say February,
Okay.
which is today.
Yeah,
It has to be. All right. Well, anyway, I don't take. Look, I mean, it's not a good situation all around, right? And so I'm not trying to make light of this. And I was talking to someone the other day, and there was like, no one goes into. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but most people don't go into a Kickstarter running it saying we're going to take $1 million and run.
Right.
Yeah.
But things get out of your hands, and that doesn't justify it at all, unfortunately. But it's messy. It's messy.
This was a big one. This was pretty nasty fallout, and it's not one project. That's the problem. I could understand one project, if not forgive it, at least you can be like, things really got messy and they got out of hand.
Right.
It's that like, we're in hot water, let's run another one, and hopefully with the profits of that, we can fill this, and wait, oh my gosh, and then you've
Ponzi
got
style.
like 4 or 5 projects you're keeping up in the air. There's several things that they
Yeah, but for
couldn't.
backers, it's going to take 3 or 4 projects before you realize you're not getting that first one.
Yeah.
Like CMON is usually 4 or 5 projects out. I assume I'll get them
Yeah.
because they've been very consistent. And it wasn't like Mythic didn't deliver. They did the Joan of Arc. They did the Solomon Kane. You know, they did those things. So, all right. Let's get to some positive news here.
Let's do
Andrew Bosley has started up his own, The Artist.
Oh,
Andrew
right.
Bosley, the artist of
I've heard of him.
Everdell, was probably his most famous game. But
You
he's
know I
done-
was kidding, right?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Why would we
assumed
know
you were
that?
that.
You asked like you really didn't know.
Because every
then when I
time,
answered, he-
because Bosley
I know,
comes up
and
every Kickstarter. It's like, oh, Bosley art.
Okay.
The guy's doing it. The guy's doing everything.
Anyway, he is starting his own. It's an umbrella brand for his personal projects.
Huh.
So there's the game called The Smoking Bones,
Ooh.
and that is
Okay.
coming from Stonemeyer Games.
What? This is big news. Hold up. What do you mean his own game?
It's a series of board games published by Stonemeyer Games. These are the inventions of Captain Red Jones and the Smoking Bones Travel Company as they clash with magic pirates and troublesome travelers.
Magic pirate.
In this world, magical landmarks known as wonders dot the map, and a flourishing tourism industry has developed around them. But they're beginning to disappear, so we got to bring them back. So this is a series of illustrated novels, originally set in an alternate Europe.
Okay.
Wait, they're books.
Not by Bosley.
No, but now there's a... So these are books that he's writing, okay? The first book is being written, but still being illustrated. And he plans to have the whole book finished by 2024. But then a series of games in this world will be developing right now by an experienced designer team and Stonemeyer Games.
An experienced designer team? Okay. I wonder if it's Prospero Hall.
It is not, probably. All right.
Could
He also
They're free
has
now.
another game coming called Lightning and Bolt. This is a cooperative tile matching game with superheroes, robots, and extreme asymmetry.
Extreme asymmetry. One of you is matching tiles, the other one
Well,
is
you are
cooking
Lightning
dinner.
and Bolt. Lightning is a fast-flying, power-punching superhero, and Bolt is her towering robotic sidekick.
Or dog.
Anyway, I don't know who is making this one. Oh, he says, I'm currently in discussion with potential publishing partners to get this one done.
So I'm confused about one thing. Clearly, Andrew Bosley is the illustrator here, and they look stunning.
Right.
Who is designing, like, say, the Lightning and Bolt game?
The team.
I don't
No,
know.
that's
Lightning
the
and
other
Bolt.
thing, right?
Lightning and Bolt is, I think, his game.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, interesting news.
That
Wits
is really
End.
neat.
Also, good logo.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Very cool.
All right, the Azour nominees are out. This is France's Game of the Year award. Not as big as the Spiel, but pretty big.
The Ace of Gold.
So the games for the Game of the Year are In the Footsteps of Darwin, Perfect Words, and Trio. I'm going to assume that their Game of the Year is very similar to Spiel, where it is very light family weight games, because all 3 of these games are very light. In the Footsteps of Darwin, very light game. Trio, obviously, you guys played that one. And Perfect
Yeah.
Words, I've not, but that looks like a light game just looking at it. So congrats to those games.
Very nice.
And then the Game of the Year Initiated, which I think is their more gamery game. We got Cat in a Box, which must have just come out in French last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Okay.
Far Away, which review of that is coming out this week from me and Z. And Ella and Something Shiny, which again came out 3 or 4 years ago, but in a very limited Kickstarter format. Now it's more eligible.
Okay.
3 very different
Yeah,
games
that's
for
the
sure.
thing. It's a wide swath of games there.
Oh, and then their Expert Game of the Year. So that's the mid game, sorry. Expert Game of the Year then is...
Not mid like the kids say it, okay? Just clarifying that.
Expert Game of the Year is Darwin's Journey, La Famiglia, and The White Castle.
Darwin's killing it.
Darwin is back, dude. You know what I mean?
That's a new Cthulhu, by
Well,
the
he
way.
just came in a public
Darwin is the
domain.
new Cthulhu.
Yes.
Darwin came in a public domain this year, so
Yeah.
you can use whatever
That's
you want.
what it is. Okay. Steamboat Darwin.
Hey, White Castle played on the cruise the
That'd
first
be
time.
good, actually. Darwin versus Cthulhu.
You did play White Castle? Did you like it?
I did.
All right.
A lot.
All right, the Spiel Essen this year is going to have the Golden Demon there. So
Good.
you might wonder what the Golden Demon is.
I do
Yeah, I
wonder.
really want to know.
It's a painting contest that has been a Warhammer thing for a long time.
Checks out.
Like if you ever go online and look up Golden Demon paint jobs, they're
Get ready to cry.
Yeah.
They'll never be that good.
you won't be.
I will.
At
like-
anything, mind you.
That's sad but true. It's like,
Yeah, we've seen your magic show. So
oh, ouch.
you just said it's true.
Okay.
You didn't want me to confirm it.
I didn't.
Okay.
Gonna edit that out.
Can you make a golden demon appear on stage?
I could, but not again. Since the incident.
Hey, you should do that, like a board gaming magic where there's an unpainted
demon?
miniature and then it's painted.
Be fair, like close up.
And you ask me what colors I want. It's painted in those colors.
Dang.
Could you do that?
I'm going to do it at Dice Tower East.
That'd be cool.
That's pretty awesome. That'd be interesting. Huh. Think about it, Joey. Think about it.
All right.
Talk to me. Let's talk sometime.
Dice Tower
Let's do
East.
lunch.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Let's do it.
I'll have my people call your people.
All right.
He's like, also, on a short notice, Joey's looking for a very small painter.
Yeah, so okay, good point. I won't be
For an
painting.
unrelated reason.
They need to fit in a briefcase.
You need to be small and you need to be able to paint extremely quickly.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Anyway, this is cool though, because Essen is like the bastion of Euro games, and to see this stuff coming in there too. This contest started in 1987, so
Wow.
the European leg of it will be at Spiel. I
That's
don't know
cool,
where
man.
the final leg is. I would assume it's in the UK, but
I guess there will be painting happening or a display of winners or nominees.
yeah, you bring your stuff there. I'm definitely going to go by and take pictures because I think
I'm gonna go by and take my paintings.
That's,
Be like, look upon my work.
as
and
much as I
weep.
love to see these, it makes me just not want to paint ever, though.
It does make you like.
It's not inspirational at all. It's just it's
I
just,
agree with that. There
it's
should be like
sad.
a golden monkey award or something
Right.
where I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
look at this awful thing I did.
Or that you did good.
no, you want to look at it and be like, well, I can do better than that.
I can do
That's
that.
what I
That's
wanna
what I'm
see,
saying.
yeah.
That's inspirational.
I look at my own miniatures I painted and think I can do better than that. It's
All right. Gravittrax. I don't know if y'all have seen Gravittrax from Ravensburger, a marble making thing. They're coming out with a junior version of it to help teach STEM stuff. I like Gravittrax. I was telling Mike that this was a little weird to me because I already thought Gravittrax was for kids. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
what's
go
that
to
mean?
if you go to Essen, they always have a big booth there, and there's like tons of stuff, and people are building it, and it's always tons of kids, and then a bunch of adult men who are like, "Ooh, look at this," which is why I got them. I said I got it for my son, but I have a ton of this stuff at my house.
so. What is this?
But this is a kid's
Marble
version of it. It just has like
playset.
little monsters and stuff. Yeah,
It's a Marvel playset.
yeah.
Oh,
Not Marvel, marbles. Like,
I'm so surprised no one has made Marvel marbles.
I'm sure somebody's made them,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
hard to say.
They got
Anyway, this
sued
is
to
coming
oblivion.
in March.
More.
Okay.
All right, Patchwork has its 10th anniversary coming up this year. It came out in 2014. It sold over 1 million copies, and they've made many, many different versions of the game, including Halloween, Valentine's, Christmas.
China, every other place in the world.
And they were like, you know what? We should make our cover look worse. So they made a 10th anniversary edition with a big giant button on it. And in fact, it's going to have new color schemes, new artwork and stuff. That's fine. They said this new look will be carried forward in future printings. I really don't like this cover. I don't like that giant button. It's obnoxious. No, it is.
I hate that button. It's looking at me.
That
with
stupid
its
Bob Barker.
button face. Are you too good for the button drawer button? Go home.
Someone should put a big picture of Benjamin Button on the cover of one of them.
That's the expansion.
Yeah, I mean, will it retain the same size? That's my sticking point. I do not want this sudden 10-year anniversary one to be a Ticket to Ride size.
I don't think so, because
It better be that same little square.
it's coming with an Automa deck for solo players.
Here we
Was
go.
that in
Ticket
one
to
of them?
Ride size, baby. No, that's brand new, I think. Really? Who wants to solo patchwork?
That's somebody really sad.
Go paint your golden monkey.
All right. Anyway, I mean,
demon.
it's cool to see all these new patchworks. I just didn't like this cover. But 10th anniversary, congrats. Speaking of that, there's also another game coming from Lookout here. So you've seen Mandala, and then I guess Patterns came out
Yes.
last year. Have you played it?
No, we never got one. Real upset about that.
Okay. Well, now there's a new one coming out called Flowers, a Mandala game, which is a weird thing to think I said. I mean,
Yeah, they have a Mandala universe. A Mandala-verse.
the Mandala Cinematic Universe. So you like Mandala.
I do like it.
don't. You like it. I get why people like it. And I don't mind that there's other games coming out. Just weird that then the Mandala Universe game is called Flowers, which is like a very basic.
Yeah.
I think from what I can gather here, the idea is Mandala is a 2-player only game. And so you're playing to one side of these 2 mandalas, one player or the other is playing on their side. And then they made it 3 individual ones, and because there's people sitting all around it, then, okay, it kind of looks like a flower because you can play cards anywhere around that thing, as opposed to just one side or the other. So Flowers it is. To be fair, Mandala was not a particularly inspired title either, but it's not a word I say all the time.
Right.
Flowers is. I say that at least once a day.
You do. Say it a lot, honestly.
You know?
Too much.
All right. Well, let's continue here. This is interesting. Ares is coming out with a game called Alte Dawn of Civilization. This is a co-design between Ole Steines and Paulo Mori.
Hello! I like both of those
wow.
guys. I frequently send them flowers.
There it is. You're it. That's
done
done.
now.
That's done. No more.
I was waiting on that to get that out of the way at some
It's
point.
okay.
This is going
off.
to take place. This game takes place in a secluded region where ancient civilizations that exist have been building a culture where magic and technology meet.
I like that. I like it when magic and technology, when they meet.
They shake hands.
They meet a lot more than you know.
Anyway, you are the leaders, and you have to decide what to do with some new settlers that are showing up. You're going to decide whether to embrace or not these newcomers. So there's going to be a fusion of deck building, civ development, area control mechanisms with multiple paths of victory. Well, thanks. Saying multiple paths of victory is like...
I really want games to start pushing the one path to victory. You know what I mean? I'm kind of over it.
I want a lot of ways
Anyway,
to
this is
get
coming
there.
out the second
One way
half
to
of this
win.
year. I like that cover a lot.
I do too.
I can't... Can I see... Maybe I can find on Board Game Geek who the artist is on that.
I think it looks cool. And Ares tends to do bigger games. I'm expecting a robust gameplay experience
this
here
is-
with probably multiple paths to victory, I would say.
The artist is Paulina
Paulina
Honianime
Hanuniemi.
from Finland, and the only other game she has done is a game called Lore, which is also not out yet. That's coming out this year. From Campfire Games. Wait, Campfire Games, it's their only game. Sorry.
Sing that
Thought Campfire
song.
Games is a different game.
Doo-dah,
This
doo-dah.
looks really cool. I'm excited, and I like both of these designers quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Ready, Set, Bet is coming with a High Roller edition.
Finally.
So a couple things about this. You're going to get it's coming March to Kickstarter, but not only is it coming to Kickstarter, you'll see this at Dice Tower West, where we will run, hopefully, not having lost our voices, we will be running a giant game of Ready, Set, Bet for everyone to play. So what's in this? A big mat, a big bet mat, racetrack mat for the horses. So it's not like the wooden one I have. It's going to be a bigger mat to run the horses on.
Good.
Premium poker chips, upgraded bigger components, stable of perfectly sized named horses. That increases the fun of the race calling experience. So instead of saying number 2 moves, I'll be like,
Secretariat.
no, not Secretariat.
Public domain. I don't know. That's true.
Secretary's not public.
It's just a word. You can name it's a horse.
Horses have really dumb names anyway.
They really do.
So you're saying they're naming the horses?
Yeah. And Vegas style dice.
Doesn't that make it really difficult, though, when you are running to not be like 4, 7, 7 again?
No, you roll 7, you look at 7, you remember that 7 is oodles and noodles, and you're like, oodles and noodles
Oh, that
is
would
pulling out from behind.
Okay.
That would be fun to hear.
Like a
Not
cat.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a cat going out. Yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. I'll say this, I like big mats.
You can't lie.
All right.
I try not to.
Lego and Asmodee are joining forces
Here it is.
for Monkey Palace.
So excited.
Oh, the Golden Monkey Palace.
Okay.
So this is coming. This will be debuting and be able for purchase at the Spiel Fair this year.
They got the La
So this was
Familia
created by
artists there.
David Gordon and Tam. I'm gonna look that up too to see if those Monkey Palace. Let's see if it's on Board
It's like
Game
Children's
Geek. It already
Palace.
is. You're gonna stack brick upon brick. So Tam, I feel like he did a game called Lair, Flow, and They. He's big on single word games. And
branching out.
David Gordon has designed a game Making Monsters. So
Okay.
that's not out yet. That's coming from Astoria. So new designers, really.
Okay.
So I look at the horse names. I like having parody horse names.
I think it's a cooperative game. No,
pretty good.
it's going to be cooperative or competitive. No, you're working.
Well, Lego has already attempted once before to break into the board gaming market, and they did sort of a suite of board games. One of them actually from Knizia as the
Actually,
designer.
I think more than one.
More
was
than
from
one? Well,
Knizia.
several then.
Unfortunately, they were.
18 of them were from Knizia. I'm just going to wildly speculate now.
I'm going to look this up here because.
Oh, here we go. Okay, not all of us have a computer in front of us, Golden Monkey.
Here's the thing, though. If you look up the Lego board games, the highest rated one
Yes.
is 19,000. No, that doesn't count. 6,160, which is Lego Creationary.
The Lego Creation Area was good.
Beat hell.
And then the rest were...
And Lego
I think, not so
Heroica
good.
was not a great game, but people liked it. It was like a little dungeon, and you moved your guy through it.
The point being, from what I understand, I think I played one or two of these. From what I understand, the main complaint was, yeah, these are cute. Why do they need to be Lego? Was
Got
the
it.
main thing I heard back, or I've seen people mention. And so I'm curious to see if this new attempt from Lego to try to get into board games, if the games are going to feel like, yeah, this benefits from being Lego.
Which I
There's
will
a
say.
reason this is Lego. You know what I
I
mean?
thought about
Or-
that
or
with the
whatever.
movies. Watching movies like it could be a normal Marvel movie, but now it's until you hear the voices.
Well, if they use jokes for like something getting punched
That's
and
the
breaking,
thing, right?
like,
So it makes sense there.
then it's okay. I think like
That's-
this needs to be Lego because you can't make that joke. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean? Or you can do whatever. We'll see. I'm curious to see if it matters.
You might be correct, Z. I'm not finding.
Wait,
the
say
only-
that again?
Ramsey's Pyramid was Reiner Knizia.
Yes, it
That may
was.
be the only one.
I maybe what now?
You are correct. What about this one called Shave a Sheep?
Shave a Sheep was not as good.
Do you remember? Were you at
game?
Gen Con the year that the Lego game was big and they had a huge section in the back? This would be 10 years
I think
ago.
so, yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing.
Now it's
All
easy.
right. Last pieces of news here. So from Arcane Wonders and Dice Tower Essentials, Comic Hunters.
Hello!
Something we've been alluding to for like 2 years now. It's coming in conjunction with Spin Master. So Comic Hunters later this year will be out in stores. Stop trying to hunt down $200 Brazilian copies. They're very expensive right now. It will be widely available. This will also be on a Hot Games table at Dice Tower West if you want to see what it is. It will have the Marvel artwork. That's why the conjunction with Spin Master is happening, because they have the Marvel license. Yeah.
Did I tell you my Comic Hunters journey? I played it the first time at East. Mm-hmm. You only get Brazil. So I was like, okay, Brazil, Amazon has it.
Didn't
So-
I tell you to not do that?
Yeah, well,
I think
was-
specifically.
It's in my room. I was like, okay, but you can't order from there unless you have a Brazilian Social Security number. I'm like, well, can Americans get it? And you can. And I was about to sign up for one. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I think I'm becoming a citizen of Brazil. And at that moment, I thought, nope, I'm out. I was this close to saying, I'm moving because I got to get Comic Hunters. I was like, the game was that good. I
Wait,
was like,
stop. You almost got a Brazilian
well,
Social
then I
Security
looked up.
number?
I'm like, do I have to file taxes each year? How long does this last? I didn't.
Are you kidding me?
It was
You
late.
made it as far as to think like, well, I could just sign up for one.
I did. Well,
You think it's Brazil today, not Brazil in the late 1800s.
It was
You
a
still
rabbit
need to,
hole, and-
treated like part of the world.
my point is, I no longer have to move to get this game.
What is happening?
Anyhow, yes. So this will be coming out. I don't know the exact dates on when it's coming out. They said later this year, fall. Maybe it will be at Gen Con. That'd be cool if it was at Gen Con.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that. But that's not the only thing announced from this.
Yes.
Obam Do Video Game, which it translated as Video Game Champion, also will be on Hot Games Table Dice
The
West.
Wizard.
This is about being a kid and being the best video game player in your neighborhood. And it's a worker placement
Savage.
game in which you have to do chores for your parents to
Yep.
get the ability to play video games.
Borrow
You
money
got to
from
convince
grandma?
them to do it. Yeah, borrow money from grandma. It's very thematic and a really fun game. And you're just collecting tiles to then play these video games. You want to play lots of games or maybe beat them. It's up to you.
That's cool.
So good.
So both of these are coming out, and this year, actually, I don't know when this one's coming out. I think way later this year. But they're both going to be at Dice Tower West if you'd like to play them. So,
Nice.
yeah, I really like both of those. And that, folks, is the news.